Hi folks, it's in New Zealand it's morning. So I'll say good morning, good afternoon and good evening wherever you are in the world. Here I am just hiding in the corner of the picture. I wanted to share with you something a little different. It's private. It's kind of private and sacred, but I wanted to share something with you. And to set the scene, I want to share with you a little bit of what is special to me. And these two little figurines are special to me. They sit and they have sat for many years in the center of my altar. And they represent me, my being, my seeing, my feeling as human in a very full sense. So this little figure, the monk, when I saw him years ago in a shop window, I just fell in love with him. And this is me. This is me. Always been in contact with the child I am and a sense of fun. I was born an optimist and I still am, no matter what I've experienced. And this little fellow is me, sitting here in reverence, but with a twinkle in my eye. My mother told me I was very impish and a tease, and yes, I still am. I still am. That's me. And I'm just so happy to be me. So here I am when I sit in my favourite place, and that's in stillness. And when I come out, there's always a twinkle in my eye. That is me. That's me. And this beautiful one is my being. Is my being. It's a fairy. It's an angel. It's mother of Mother, Father, One. My guardian. My guardian. The one who gives me the feeling of softness, of steadiness, and the beauty of being human. And she is always present. And she carries on the back, you might see them, crystals. She has 3 crystals on her back. The diamond light which she spreads wherever she goes. And she is eternally present for me to partake of that whenever I wish. She's my guardian. And she's my guardian in the real sense of truth reminding me. Like Nicky, oh yes. And it's a quiet, gentle, loving, but sometimes very direct Nicky. And my wife has picked it up too. And my mother did. It was when I was straying from what I knew was right for me. It was Nicholas. So this is me. Or this is an expression of me. And so it's in the fairy realm that I find the closest expression of me in physicality. Not that I am a fairy, not that I feel that I've actually come, but the aspect of Faerie is very strong for me. And it's very strong. It really gives me an anchor. You might think fairies are imagination and it's getting away from the physical, but not for me. It's very, very physical. It's very, very related to being here in Gaia, the elemental world. And so it brings me down to earth, as it were. The picture in the background is a painting I did many, many years ago, which I love because it has that mystical feel which was coming through me at the time. So here's something, and I freely tune into these things. They're part of my life. Even as a professor of psychology at university, they're still part of my life. They gave me feeling. They gave me a sense of, it gives me a sense of place and a sense of play and a sense of my innocence. Because we are all innocent, you know. We are all innocent, and that's what we're gaining. We're claiming back our innocence. The innocence which allows us to be curious, to play, to pretend, and create from our pretending. So I hope I've given you not feeling so much of me, but in some way, some feeling of you. Because I always like to, when I say I'm an optimist, I think an optimist is someone who entertains what is possible. A pessimist is someone who's always finding out what is impossible. But an optimist is someone who entertains the possibility of something more, something greater, something more beautiful, something exciting, something unexpected and surprising. That's an optimist, and yeah, I've been an optimist right from the beginning. And this fellow certainly is. So every day I wake up, I see these two at the end of my bed on my little altar. And how can you be anything but looking forward to the next moment? So, something else I do that I wanted to share with you. I've never been one really for looking at cards or interpreting cards very much, although I know they're popular and they are very helpful to so many times. But there is one deck I go to, and I go to it very simply when I feel I want to, I feel the prod. I go probably once every 3 or 4 months. Maybe there's a longer gap. But I'll go and I'll shuffle the deck and pick the card. Just one card. And I'll take in the essence of the card. I'll read the writing about the card and then let it gel within me and play within me and see the links and the expansion and expand from it. And there's only one deck I use, and it's just a deck called, hang on, oops, I don't know when, it'll be back to front, won't it? It's the Faerie Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. The Faerie Oracle. You can find this on Amazon. if you're interested in the cards. But I'm not saying to get the cards or how they're more important or better than any other pack. These are just the pack that I relate to. This is just something I relate to, and I find them beautiful for me. But about 3 days ago, thinking of the energies, and I hadn't actually done this specifically before, I asked for a card that would express how to negotiate the energies at this time for the collective. As I do with my postings, I always ask, what do people want to know? What are they asking for? What is the soul of the collective asking for? And so I asked a similar kind of question to give me a card that expresses but also helps people to negotiate these present energies. And I drew a card, and it was this one. It was a picture of a fairy crouching down and looking intently at a snail going by. And it was called, the card is called Snail's Pace. Snail's Pace. On the card it says simply, slow down, grounding, listen to the heartbeat of the earth, subtle energies. And I thought that was absolutely perfect for these times, because everybody feels the pressure of speeding up. People want to rest. They're tired. They're feeling drowsy and even dopey and doped. And what we're being told is to slow down. But I thought the fact that a snail was used in that card was quite profound, because I've often spoken about your heart and being at home with yourself, home by going to your heart and being there and seeing from there, seeing with the eyes of love, but being in your still point, into your heart and in your still point. It's like slowing right down. But the fact that I've used the word home, and what about the snail? The snail carries the home on his back, or her back. They carry their home on their back. And I've always said that if you want to go anywhere, if you want home, go into your heart, because your home is here. Your home is expressing yourself on Gaia through the center of your being and embodiment, your heart. Your heart is home. This is where you will feel at home. And this, to me, is the point of ascension. The point of ascension is living from this home. And to be home, it requires you to make contact with the ground. Not just the physical ground, but earth and its expression. And learning our expression in that. So it's being human and loving being human and taking and enjoying the essence out of life as you find it now. And for me, it's the greatest practice. And the snail takes their home on their back. And they move very slowly, because we've moved so fast, and still not everybody, but so many people on Facebook are going from this thing to that thing, the next course to buy, the next channel to listen to, the next posting, and flicking from posting to posting. And it's like you've got to take it all in. You can't miss anything out. But when you think of it, the snail going along really slowly, taking his time. He gets to see it all. And this is what the fairies were saying for this card, to stop and take it in and see the pace and take a much, much slower pace. And when you think of it, the light packets, your codes, your DNA codes, contain an infinite amount of information. So it's taking time to unpack, I say unpack the presence, unpack the knowing that you're gaining by what you're experiencing in this life now, and stop worrying about what you might be missing out on, or worrying that you're not going to make it. The snail will get there. The snail just does it with grace and ease. And look what the snail does. It's profound again, because what does it leave behind? This beautiful silver stream. In other words, we lay the path for others to follow as we take our journey within awareness and step by step, enjoying the journey rather than trying to get to the destination. Because the learning and where we're going, it will never end. It would continue. There's no ending to this. So why be in a hurry to savour this? And in savouring this life, our experience, we get to embody more of the above and more of the below, as it were, integrating it as one. So I love the little boy I am, and the man, and I know there's this divine feminine within me which looks like a mother looks on the child, with great, great love, steadiness, and patience. And that is me also. And so I leave it to you to take whatever you wish from what I'm saying. I so love you all.